Welcome to Reddit, everyone. Today, a friendship is broken over a glass-stained wolf. Are you still making stained glass pieces? Yeah. Can I have one? What would you like it to be? I want a wolf howling at the moon. Sounds good. How big? I don't know. Big. Well, what's your price range? Then we can determine how big you can have it, if that sounds okay. Price range? I thought you were going to give it to me. No, I can't give it to you for free. This is a side job. I'm trying to save up. I'm your friend, though. We've known each other since middle school. And I haven't talked to you since high school. F you! Obviously, you're not my friend. I thought we were good friends. I'm telling your girlfriend you cheated. Oh no, too bad she's sitting right next to me. No, she isn't. You were lying, retard, a-hole. Is this how you plan on getting what you want? I'm glad we haven't talked in 3 years. Go kill yourself. Are you 13 again? WTF. F you. F you. I mean, if I haven't talked to someone in 3 years, I definitely expect a glass-stained wolf made for me as well. So it makes sense. I'm on the choosing beggar side, in my opinion. So I have a 2009 Ford Ranger with a snowplow and a bunch of aftermarket work done to it. Lift kit, suspension kit, bigger tires, off-road lights, dump bed. The book value of the truck is between 9 and 11K, per Kelly Blue Book. Without the aftermarket upgrades and plow, to put a plow in this truck is about 2K. The other extras are easily worth another 2K, and my asking price is only $9,500. So through the course of this past winter, I had several people come look at the truck. Some were interested but couldn't get financing. Some said, well, I can get a truck 5 years older for $5,000 less, and that's fine. I'm not going to give the truck away. I know what it's worth. So about a month ago, a guy calls and asks if I'm firm on the price. I say I might move a little bit, but not much. He comes to look at the truck, we take it for a ride, he says he definitely wants it. We were standing by the tailgate of the truck and he slaps an envelope on the tailgate. Choosing beggar. There's $5,000. Me, looking at him with an amused expression. Where's the rest of it? That's $5,000. Right, and I repeat, where's the rest of it? But you said you'd be flexible in the price. I said I'd move a little bit, not much. A little means 10%, maybe 15%, but not 50%. What? So you're not going to sell it to me for $5,000? No. Make a reasonable offer and we can talk. Will you take $5,500? Here's what. Asking price is $9,500, but for you, right here, right now, I'll take $9,500. Choosing beggar starts cursing and storms off. 2 days later, I get an email from the same email address he contacted me with and asked if I'd take $6,500. I left him with a one-word response, no, and blocked his email. I mean, maybe next time I try buying something, I should just slap down an envelope of money and see if I get what I want. I mean, even if it's not what they offered, I'll just mark it down 90%. They'll give it to me for sure. So my coworker mentioned forgetting her wallet in between lots of "I'm so tired" and "I'd kill for a coffee" kind of hints. So when I went to lunch, I said I was going to grab a coffee and asked if she wanted one. Because our employees go to the only coffee shop near us so often, it's only $3, so I didn't mind shouting. She says yes and orders a small whatever, which I go and grab. I come back and she looks at my large coffee and begrudgingly takes her small one and says, "Thanks, but if you're going to get a large, you could have just gotten me a large too." Wow, you just got a free coffee because you forgot your wallet. Someone was nice enough to get you a coffee, and because they got a large, you think you deserve a large. No, that's not how it works. I'm a board game hosting sort. I like to have people over for game nights, and I normally make a day of it because it takes a while to prepare. It's not like I'm rolling in it by any means, but I don't mind spending money for providing for my get-togethers. I normally get a case of beer, a case of ciders, new handle of whiskey, soda, ingredients for food, or quick fix frozen food. I like to provide a hassle-free time for friends. No need to pay me back or bring anything, just come over and have fun. The night's on me. No one has ever had an issue with my hosting except Bud. Bud is my brother's friend. We often get into tiffs because, well, he can be a dick. Bud decided one day to let me know, "You really need to stop buying this crap," as he shakes a shiner at me. "Get Ziegenbach instead." Ziggin is more expensive for smaller cases, so if you want to bring it, then do it, but enjoy the free beer. Any normal person would make that the end, but not Bud. He has to let me know it's not that much more expensive. It's because of him my invites included a list of what I will provide, so there will be no surprises and a final caption saying, if you want something else, by all means bring it. But like I said, no one had an issue with what I provided but Bud. This is when I should have stopped inviting him, but my brother wanted him there, and I honestly was fine with putting up with him for my brother, but last night was it for me. I normally go all out with cooking, but was feeling lazy. I spent all day cleaning and decided I was gonna just get a large pepperoni and large cheese pizza from the freezer section. Even sent out a warning text of, it's just frozen pizzas tonight, fellas, cheese and pepperoni. Everyone said cool, but Bud, he never responded. He showed up and asked what was available, and I told him snacks and a cheese pizza. He rolled his eyes, ugh. That barely even counts as vegetarian. Couldn't you have gotten some veggies or for the top or even just a frozen veggie pizza? I am a vegetarian. My brother is vegetarian. Everyone else eats meat except Bud. I've cooked enchiladas, burgers, queso, you name it. One dish with meat and one without. Everyone gets equal the food and options, including my decision to half-ass host with frozen pizza. I wanted the two largest, and any half-ass host would know the biggest in the frozen section are normally cheese, pepperoni, and meat lovers, so cheese and pepperoni it is. And any vegetarian also knows the veggie pizzas are so small and expensive and not party-friendly. And wouldn't you know it, not a single, this barely has meat on it. The grocery store is up the road. If the food I'm providing for free isn't enough for you, then we can wait till you get back. No, this is fine. It's just that it barely counts and is a cop-out, that's all. I already decided he wasn't ever going to be invited again, so anything he said really didn't matter, and I just insisted to enjoy the free food and went to the game room. I overheard another party member asking Bud, what the F, and by the end of the night, he got into a handful of arguments. His final argument was with my brother. We took a break between games for some of the smokers to go outside, and Bud decided it was the time to bitch about how I can't take constructive criticism. He was just trying to help. My brother said he needed to get over himself and to stop looking a gift horse in the mouth. Suck it up and enjoy or go. Bud chose to go. We had a pretty good game night and the future ones will be even better. Don't be a choosing beggar at a party, y'all. It ain't cute. That is so true. You're getting free food, free liquor, and you're playing games with some friends without paying for any of it. Enjoy the party and stop complaining. If there's anything you don't like about the party, bring some of your own stuff. It's not that hard. Me and my wife bought our first house last year. The house is a little bit on the scabby side and needed a lot of work done to it, which we have slowly been working through as and when we have the money. The garden is crazy overgrown, however, and I have been slowly working away at it when I can. However, it is doing my back in. There are many trees and tree stumps that needed removed all over the garden. The garden is roughly 22 by 11 meters. The main plan for the garden is to clear it all out so we can build a rather large aviary. Me and my wife take in unwanted and mistreated parrots with the intention of rehoming them while also offering support to anyone who may need it. We currently have 30 to 40 parrots. Bugies, cocktails, lovebirds, kakarikis, etc., which are currently in my modified garage waiting for it to be built. The main thing we need in place before we can start the aviary is a 6-foot fence around the garden. This is needed to mainly act as a windbreak, as the area we live in can get rather windy. It is also necessary to stop being walked into my garden as we are backed into the woods. I made sure to tell my neighbors what was going on months in advance, as having good neighbors who can speak and have a good laugh with is really important to me. Both my neighbors were really happy with this, as my garden was actually lowering the property value of theirs. People don't want to live next to someone who won't look after the garden, etc., if you know what I mean. Great. I hired a company to start the work straight away. This is where it started going downhill and the choosing beggary begins. So we have neighbor 1 and neighbor 2. Neighbor 1 is great with no problems, and neighbor 2 is the ultimate choosing beggar. Work started in the garden and things are all going pretty smooth. Neighbor 1 and neighbor 2 come out to meet the landscapers to discuss what the fence will look like, which they had no objections to. The fence would be a standard 6-foot picket fence that would not be painted, as I can save money by doing that myself. Not a problem, or so I thought. While I was at work, I got a few text messages from the landscaper saying that I needed to speak with neighbor 2, as she was pestering them constantly about things that needed to be done. I got home and went straight over to see what the issue was. Neighbor 2 was saying to the landscapers that I had asked her to say I wanted apple trees planted between me and neighbor 2's property. I did not agree to this in the first place, but I wanted to keep the peace and stay on good terms with my neighbors, so I had the landscapers add in the trees, and it wasn't going to cost too much more anyways. Everything carried on for a few more days when I got another text from the landscaper saying, "She's demanding more stuff." I walked over to neighbor 2's house after work to speak with her and see what she wanted. She has been demanding that the landscapers add a patio to her garden next to the fence. The conversation went a little bit like this. If you want a patio, you'll have to pay the landscapers once they have done the work on my garden. But they can do it now. It will look really nice. I'm sure it will look nice, but right now I'm paying them to work on my garden. You can hire them afterwards. Why would I do that? They're doing all that work to your garden. Surely it wouldn't cost to do this little bit for me. Patios can be very expensive depending on what you want. That's all pennies to you. It's not me paying for it though. Why not? Because it's not my garden. But the amount of money you have spent, surely this won't matter. That's not how this works. If you want your garden done, you will be paying for it. But that's not fair. That's not my problem. I left pretty pissed off and spoke with my wife and neighbor 1 about the situation. Ended up planting the apple trees neighbor 2 was demanding in neighbor 1's garden, as they were extremely nice and I've never had an issue with anything I do. They even take my bins out if I forget them. They are over the moon, dead happy with their new apple trees. Neighbor 2 tried to argue with me about the apple trees a couple days later, but I just kept doing my own thing and kept repeating, if you want the trees so much, go buy some. The work in my garden is still ongoing, and neighbor 2 likes to sit in her conservatory and stare at the landscapers all day. She won't speak to me anymore, but to be honest, I don't care. I don't get these people that think they just have a right to other people's work and money. That's not how it works. If you want a patio, either build it yourself or hire someone to do it. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. If you like what you saw, please share the love and hit that like button. And if you want to see more content, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you later.